Geometric series. So as you have here, you have to find the pattern of the given problem. This one is times 2 to each one. So your formula is Sn equals A1 times parentheses 1 minus Rn over 1 minus R. The Sn is the sum of terms, the A1 is the first term, and the n is the number of terms, and the R is the common ratios. So when you plug in the first number and the number of terms and the common ratio, you come out to be 252 in the end. Arithmetic series. So for this one...
Did you eat my bagel?
No, I didn't pretzel. Okay. So for this one, it's the same first term. But for arithmetic series, you're adding. So you find the pattern, oh my god, of the added problems. So your formula is Sn equals n times A1 plus An over 2. Sn is the sum of terms, n is number of terms, A1 is first term, n is the last term. So when you plug them all in to each little, little box that goes in, you get Sn equals 84. Oh my god, Callie's calling me.
The population in the United States is approximately 300 million people. So, to add everybody to the pyramid scheme, we started with 3 people, and every 3 people picked 3 more people. And so, we got, for the first round, we got 3 and 3, and then we got 9 and 12, 27, 39, 81, 120, and 243, and 363. And so if we want to find how many rounds it would take to get all 300 million, we would use the geometric series, which is Sn equals A1 times 1 minus Rn over 1 minus R. So the Sn is the total number of people, which is 300 million. And A1 is our first term, which is 3. And so we plug in 3 for all of R. And we're trying to find n for how many rounds. And so by doing the math, we divide it by 3 first, and then we multiply by -2. And so since we're trying to find n, we have to do logs. So we do log 3 -199,999,999 equals n. And so we use the change of base formula and put that in the calculator. We change the base formula and we get 17.4, or it would take 17 rounds to find. That takes 17 rounds for all 300 million people to join the pyramid scheme.
Kelly, move.
No! I don't know.
The arithmetic sequence. So you have to find out the pattern that's going on. So you add 4 to each one. But you're not putting plus signs in between, they're just commas. So the formula is An equals A plus parentheses n minus 1 and then close parentheses d. So A equals is like the last term, and then this A is the first term, and then n is the number of terms, and then d is the common difference. So you have to plug in all the numbers from this example, and you get this one, and then when you solve this, you have to check if they equal each other, so it's 24 equals 24.
Woo!
This is geometric sequence, and so you have to find out the pattern, and for this pattern, it's times 2. In geometric, you always multiply. So this is the formula. It's An equals A1, and then R to the power of 9 minus 1. So this An equals the last term, and then this A1 is the first term, and then the R equals the common ratio, and then the N right here equals the number of terms. So you plug in all the terms, and you have to solve this problem, and you have to find out if they equal each other. So in this case, they do equal each other, and you get 28 equals 128.
Summation notation. So this E thingy, it's a Greek letter for sigma, which means to add. This, bless you. This is your ending number. I equals 3 is your starting number, and this is your equation. So if we're trying to find the sum of these numbers, you would plug in, you plug in 3 for I, and then 4 for I, and so on and so forth, all the way up to 10. All right, and then you add it all up. You add them all up, and you get negative 365.
Sorry. You've made in your retirement fund from the 31st year to the 32nd year, you plug it into this formula, the exact same one you used previously, which was a geometric series, but you just changed this number to 31 because you're trying to find out how much you made in the 31st year, which was 600,112 138. So then you subtract what you got from the 32nd year by the 31st year, which you get 48,870 and 68 cents.
Woo!
Yay!
So for your when you're planning for your retirement, you have $6,000. You put $6,000 every year with a 1.07 interest. So, no, 7% interest, which turns into 1.07. And so, since you multiply by 1.07 every year up until you're 32, use the geometric series for R equals 1.07, and A1 equals 6,000, and your N equals 32. And so, when you do the math, you plug that all into your calculator. After the 32 years, you should have $661,300.93 for your retirement.
Woo! To find how many apples are in the stack, instead of plugging into summation notation, you plug into the sum of squares formula, which is n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 1 over 6. So then you plug in 15, which represents n, into the formula, and then the answer, or you go 7,440 divided by 6, then once you divide, it is 1,240.
Bingo.
Bingo!